Hello, Lana McAra here. I'm sitting here waiting for a podcast to start. I'm going to be a podcast guest today, and I've got like 20 minutes to sit here. So I thought I would do a little video of my miracle weekend that happened to me about a week ago, 10 days ago. I was on my way from North Florida to Chattanooga, Tennessee, to Dayton, Tennessee, which is where the Scopes trial took place. So I was there. I had my car full of book boxes to go up there and have a book table for Reaping the Whirlwind, which is a story of the Scopes trial, which happened in Dayton. And I had a table in a prime location. So I was all excited. First book table that I've had in years. My book is beautiful. It's ready. And I'm heading up through Atlanta, going to Chattanooga, and then off about 30 minutes to Dayton. So I went up a day early. It's about a 6-hour drive. And I thought, I don't think I'm going to do 6 hours and then try to do a book table right after that. I think that's too much. So I went up a day early, and the weather was scorching. My thermometer on my car was saying 99 degrees, 100 degrees. And I got into Atlanta, and every road was blocked. Every interstate was a parking lot. Stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. I was on 75, and then I got on the Beltway. Same story, same story. Google was rerouting me to try to find a better way. Next thing I know, stop and go, stop and go. This went on for 2 hours. And I was tired. I was ready to get where I needed to go. My hotel for the night was maybe 30 more minutes or 45 more minutes from the top of Atlanta. Then I was going to go that far and then stop for the night and then drive in the next day, about 40 minutes away, 45 minutes. That'd be easy. And as I was sitting there, 4 lanes on my side, bumper to bumper. Thankfully, I was in the right lane because I was watching for my exit. I knew it was coming up. And the hot light on my car starts blinking. Well, this car, my Subaru, it doesn't have a gauge. So I couldn't watch, it going up. All I knew is it was blinking. So immediately turned off the air conditioner. Well, now I'm sitting in 99, 100-degree weather in this car in the middle of traffic with no air conditioning. And the first thing I wanted to do was get off the interstate. I had to get off the interstate, let my car cool down, try to figure out what to do. And so inching along, it's blinking, right? And I'm like, next exit, I'm out of here. I made it to the exit. It wasn't on steady. It was just blinking a little bit. I got off, and I'm looking for some kind of business that could do a test on my car. Because if you go to AutoZone or one of those places, they'll put their computer on it and they can tell you what's going on. So I didn't know. Maybe I was out of coolant or something. I know a little bit about cars. Not a lot, but enough. And so I got off. I drove down. I saw a Firestone. So I pulled off, shut the car off, and went inside. They said, we don't service cars. We just change tires. Well, I kind of knew that. So I said, where am I? They said, Marietta. Marietta. I didn't even know where I was. I just got off an exit and I was in fight or flight. I'm like, my mind is racing. I'm not thinking straight. I'm just like, got to get somewhere before my car blows up. It's my Subaru. It's my good car. And I just, was like, oh, I got to do something here. Can't blow up the engine. And they said, Marietta. Well, about 3 months ago, I was in Marietta for a healing weekend where I go to these local stores and I'll do hypnosis and healing sessions with people. It's my give back. It's not my, my income, my main income or anything. But a stone store up there invited me, and I was very happy to go. So they're in Marietta. Now I have no idea how big Marietta is, or, how long it would take, but I knew I had the store owner's number in my phone. Bridget Rates. She owns Whispering Stones store in one of I think it's East Cobb, right there in Marietta. And so I texted Bridget. I'm stranded on the interstate. I just got off the interstate. I'm in Marietta. I need some help. She immediately responded by text, and all this was done by text. It was so crazy. Give me 5 minutes. I'm going to make some phone calls. 5 minutes later, she's back. This person's going to come and pick you up. I've already got somebody who's going to have you stay in their guest room for tonight. And I'm like, wow. And so then she sent me some money for Uber. She sent me some money for Uber, as if that wasn't enough, So I had my car full of stuff. So I just locked it up, left it right there. It was right in front of the Firestone store. And my first rescuer, Jen, came in, picked me up. I got my luggage out, put it in there. And she took me over to Melanie, who I knew and love, because when I was at the store, I met Melanie. She's amazing. And they put me up, and it was absolutely phenomenal experience. So once I got there to Melanie's house and got cooled off and sat down, I realized, in the state of Georgia, I only know a handful of people, and all of them are associated with Whispering Stones. This was the only place in Georgia where I knew anybody. And I got off the first exit I came to, not even realizing that I was right there. Every place I went was no more than 5 to 9 miles. What a miracle. So when I got there the next morning, took Uber, got there the next morning. My car was 4.5 miles from the Subaru dealer. So I just eased into Subaru. It did not overheat on the way. It's under warranty. I put my car into the shop, and then I went and I called around to find out where I could get a rental. And within an hour, I had my rental. Brought it back to Subaru, unloaded all my boxes, put them in the rental. Oh, and by the way, he charged me $90 for the day to get up there and gave me a Cadillac. I had a Cadillac SUV, plenty of room, and wonderful, comfortable drive. Drove on up to Dayton, turned in the car because my sister was meeting me in Dayton. She had a vehicle. I didn't need to keep the rental. So every step of the way, it was just so smooth, so smooth. And then on the way back, my sister drove me back to Marietta, dropped me off. I went and picked up my car and was on my way. It all happened so amazing. And one thing that happened to me was a couple of days before. I live in Florida. I've lived here now for a year. And I don't have any friends here in this town. There's just not a lot here. I'm living in a agricultural area way up at the top of Florida. And, I've met some people. I've made some acquaintances, but as far as really good, close friends, girlfriends that I can go out and have lunch with and call up and all that, no, I don't. And just a couple of days before I left, I remember thinking about, I wish I had somebody to go to a movie with. I wish I had somebody to go shopping with or do something with. And I said out loud, I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. Where are my friends? A couple days later, The universe dropped me straight in the middle of a whole bunch of wonderful friends. And it was amazing. A miracle, a miracle. So don't worry about traveling. Don't worry about going where you're going. This kind of story has happened to me time and time again. And I am so grateful I have friends. Thank you so much. Bye now.